Scottish Labour is seeking an urgent statement to Parliament from the Scottish Government after a planning application for a wind farm substation was called in. Ministers will now decide on the Chinese-backed scheme and not East Lothian councillors. The decision became public during the First Minister's trip to China. The opposition says that raises further questions. The government insists there's no connection. Here's our political correspondent Andrew Kerr.
The future of the old Cockenzie power station has blown up into a big political row. A Chinese-backed firm, Red Rock Power, wants a wind farm substation. Many local people say they want a docking terminal for cruise ships. Now the Scottish Government say East Lothian councillors won't decide about the substation planning application. They will.
I think local councillors should have a say. I think they know the local area really well. They know what the people want.
I think it's time for Cockenzie and Prestonpans to have something different, and I think something which is more in keeping with the open site, which is at the moment.
I know that there's obviously the involvement with the Chinese, and I think that's got a huge thing to do with why they want to take out the locals' hands.
That refers to the First Minister's official visit to China. Nicola Sturgeon met Red Rock Power's parent company. Labour highlighting the links with China, but what are you really insinuating here?
Well, at the very least, it's an unbelievable coincidence, isn't it? This planning application comes from a company whose parent company is Chinese, and on the very day that East Lothian Council are told the decision's been taken away from them, we discover the First Minister was meeting the parent company in China. We've also today asked that the Planning Minister urgently comes to Parliament when we return next week to explain why he's chosen to ride roughshod over local democracy.
I understand that Scottish Government officials are saying that they inwardly groaned when news of the story broke and that the First Minister herself is none too pleased at the timing. Again, it's emphasised that the application was called in because this is a development of national importance and that categorically it has nothing to do with the First Minister's official visit to China. The Planning Minister can't comment on a live application, but an SNP colleague stepped in.
It's been called in as part of the process that has absolutely no bearing to the fact that the First Minister is over there seeking business and investment and to come into Scotland. I'd have thought our opposition would have welcomed that. They wouldn't have been looking for a reason to try and connect two completely separate things to make a smear for the First Minister.
Who knows how the wind will blow when it comes to Minister's final decision on the application, but people here have made their views clear. Andrew Kerr, reporting Scotland, Cockenzie.